this is Nikita. Welcome to the podcast. Nowadays, what type of content do you think engages the audience the most? Yes, you guessed it. It's user-generated content. It builds the trust, authenticity, and connections far more than any image or graphic. To help us understand this better, we are joined today by one of the leading women in the marketing industries, someone who gave a fresh shape to many brands through her innovative strategies, Ms. Kherini Sarabo. Hi Kherini.
Hi Nikita.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. So Kherini, nowadays I'm hearing a lot about user-generated content. So can you brief me about what exactly user-generative content is?
Sure, I'll do that. Thank you so much. That's a nice question. So user-generative content is actually the real founder talking about their brands, coming in front of the camera and talking about their brands. There are many amazing products in the market, but most of them are not well known to the public as the other brands are doing. Let me explain the difference. Coming to user-generative content, it's one of the most trending strategies in social media these days. Many brand founders are also interested to come in front of the camera and talk about their own experiences, like what is the story behind them building the product and what is the story behind their brand key, how it's developed and what is how it's placed today in the real world. So in such cases, what actually happens is it not only conveys the right message to the people, but it also brings out the trust and confidence for the public who's actually watching it.
As you worked with many brands, so why UGC is playing a key role in their digital presence?
UGC matters because it is creating trust digitally and socially. It provides social proof, credibility and reliability. It humanizes your brand and makes your message feel more organic and approachable and mainly real. In a crowded market, audience scroll past published ads but stop, watch and engage with the content that feels live and genuine. Where you see more than 20,000 content every day, people scroll down the past published old ads but still get connected to those few videos where there is genuinity and realness. Out of which UGC content is one of the best strategies that works and gives you organic reach to their brands. Initially, like most brands, we believe polished ads would always perform better. But when we started testing simple real content alongside these ads, for one of our healthcare and diagnostic center, a basic UGC style video shot perfect, very conversational, started getting more engagement inquiries than a fully produced brand film. That's when it actually clicked. People weren't reacting to how perfect the ad looked. They were reacting to how real it felt. Especially in trust-driven categories like healthcare or jewelry, people want reassurance, not performance. That was the moment we realized UGC doesn't replace brand ads, but it often outperforms them when trust matters more than aesthetics. So yes, one UGC piece that really surprised me was a simple dermatology reel we did for Clinicadom. It wasn't a transformation video or a high production shoot. It was just a dermatologist casually talking about a very common skincare, something a lot of people silently worry about, but in a reassuring and non-medical tone. We didn't expect massive numbers from it, but the reel drove consistent saves, DMs and appointment inquiries. What surprised me was that the people weren't looking dramatic results. They were looking for honesty and reassurance. The moment they felt understood, they took action.
When did you realize UGC works better than the polished brands?
So actually, let me correct you, UGC doesn't work better than the polished brand ads, but when done with right strategies, it aligns well and gives better results alongside the polished brand ads.
What are the challenges that you'll be facing when you're shooting UGC content?
A lot of challenges actually. I mostly deal with UGC content in healthcare and also for many of the brands. Especially it works magic with healthcare because you are putting out your experiences over there. Doctors are very skilled, like super talented, all the doctors we work with, but they're very skilled in their profession. And few doctors, they'll be super easy in front of the camera, but there are also times where we felt like some people really don't want to even face the camera. That's where it is like really challenging for us, but with the right advice and how we guide them, end of the day, there are people now like they're very happy in front of the camera and they are doing great UGC content.
What is the funniest moment when you're shooting the UGC content?
Yeah, there are a lot, but let me explain one. So we are doing for one of the corporates. I don't want to put in names. So what actually happened was many doctors came in. So when we go to a corporate hospital, like many doctors come in and they give us UGC content. So one of this doctor, she was like, I'm very well prepared. The moment till she stepped in, she was really well prepared. The moment she's in front of the camera, she couldn't open her mouth and she literally started crying. I'm like, okay, it's fine, not at all a problem, because she's really expertised and good, well-known doctor. For her to face the camera, it was a bit of struggle, which is very normal. For not everybody, it is like easy, but yeah.
How much time it took for the doctor to shoot the UGC content?
So you're asking me that particular doctor or any doctor in general?
No, let's talk about that particular doctor which you have mentioned.
So that day I didn't want to like go ahead with the shoot, and then I stopped it in between, and right after 2 weeks again I went back to the doctor. She took it very positive, very challenging, and she was well prepared. And imagine if we finished the whole shoot in 30 minutes.
Does UGC works for all the industries?
Absolutely, UGC work for every industry, not just limited brands. It can be B2B, B2C or any industry. When people really get attracted to real stories and real users.
Why UGC is different from traditional advertising?
Yes, UGC is completely different from traditional advertising, but both are equally important and should be run alongside for us to see good results and great strategy. Traditional advertising is polished, scripted and controlled, whereas UGC is authentic and human. In this digital world, where audience are skeptical about slick campaigns, UGC is the voice that breaks the noise.
Why it is different from influencer marketing?
That's a great question, because most of the people get confused between influencer marketing and user generative content. So coming to influencer marketing, what happens is you are getting in touch with a well-known face in particular industry. Some people choose from the same industry. Some people also choose from a different industry depending on the audience the influencers are having. And you ask them to come and experience your product and talk about it. Whereas in user generative content, what happens is either the founder himself will talk about the product or service, or anybody from your internal team who knows the whole story behind the service or the product. What are the USPs, what are the advantages, disadvantages, when they are speaking it on their own. When it comes to comparing between influencer marketing and user generative content, both have its own unique way of performing, but when it's done on a right strategy.
Thank you, Kherini. Do you want to give any suggestions to people who wants to improve their social media presence?
Of course, yes. Every upcoming business owner or the person who wants to improvise their digital presence online, I would suggest, like, if you're doing it on your own, well, great. But if you need help, approaching the right agency who can plan the better strategies for you, please do that. And that's where the key role happens, because dumping in a lot of content and posting multiple stories or videos or posters online doesn't give you results. It always works well when done with right strategies and planning the best social media hacks. I would not say hacks, and yes, but yes. So how you post it in the right way, equally run ads, advertisements, and also when needed you bring in influencer marketing, and for the brand awareness you bring in UGC contents. So when it's done with the right strategy, it really gives good results and your business will bloom.
Is there any alternative for people who are not camera friendly?
Yeah, let me answer this for you. I know there are a lot of people who are not camera friendly, but UGC is not at all tough when you go with the right person who can help you out through it. So please hire a good agency who can help you with this. And UGC, there is no alternative for UGC, but when done in a right way, UGC is the simplest and the best way to promote yourself, and it builds the trust of the brand digitally and magically.